Anankasa no demonstration ho adwuma na yebeye otena enyina yeshia na Occupy Bank of Ghana no ebeba so enti edom ne mpempem pepia nkoma wono a wotie wachire wona yitie free benche wono a eben yen na wona emmen yen ye ka mu nyina se Nyankopon yadomo a eye Occupy BOG no eba so na as convener for Team Saglemi, not for SEAL. Yes, we are the Kratababonting. We are joining the demonstration in full force. But and some of me would have a material with the entire. It just said, yeah, yet the branding, watching on. Me person who way, and this goes to MPP. You see, sometimes Canada, Japan want excesses, like I do say. But he's one of the few men in the country. Man here. No cry make a chiro. So when you say make no cry chiro. Because any DC ni tria make abosome. And any MPP and ni tria make abosome. Ni o ma me bosome akatua ni din de say du agongo. Me hunu se wate amanyoku bia. Eti me ka no cry achire mo. Na no cry make a chire DC me ka be chire MPP eye. Esan say eye dede ene kokko wo nyina ekrobofo ma tie delegates of MPP, listen, I am speaking out of all honesty and out of the sincerity I can command this morning. Make Kennedy a Japan your flag bearer and get closer to the presidency. Make Kennedy a Japan your flag bearer and get closer to the presidency. And this is an undiluted truth. In as much as Kennedy Akompre Japan has his excesses, the kind of charisma and courage and the motive to want to do something right in this country is the reason why we need some leadership. I'm telling you. Yente become close and any. See a bana. John Dramani Mahama Edika with 54%. A lot of journalists will conceal the truth because they are afraid of being tagged. Me cannot crash it out here. See a bana. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC equal 54%. The issue is this: the gap between John Dramani Mahama, the MPP, and the other political parties may even widen if people like Bamia ascend the reins of leadership as flag bearer for the MPP. And I'll not be surprised. Say about 2 in 2024, no Mama John Dramani Mahama 58%. And so I say that make Kennedy Japan your flag bearer and get closer. Getting closer means you may not even win the 2024 elections. However, there is hope for the future after probably Mahama if Kennedy Japan leads MPP. This is an undiluted truth that I've told you. And you must say, Poto. One will say, or mine, the chairman of the economic management team, at the end of we have minister in charge of communications and digitalization agenda. Hey, I've never met Kennedy Japan. In fact, the mention the Krampo and Urabamia. And Korukra the only mission one to one. Kennedy Japan mission, and I don't care whether I meet him or not. Make no crash now. I'm a because that is not why I came. But no couldn't seem yes, Amika. Now let me watch here and speak to my people. They are civilian soldiers. He or she is a civilian soldier. Now I'm sure so gradually, ladies and gentlemen, our parents will come out. Why are we civilian soldiers? Because we have the mind of soldiers, but the hearts of civilians. Now, you heard to me and you cannot congratulate to me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you must join the demonstrations tomorrow. What can I say? The Bank of Ghana, I'm a transfer 52 billion cedis. Every Ghana commercial bank account. Yes, you can put away 52 under the supervision and watch of the financial regulator in this country, under the supervision and leadership of the Central and Apex Bank of this nation. 52 billion cedis get transferred from GCB account to unknown sources. You are saying you will stay home? Do you know what that money can do? It can build schools, ladies and gentlemen, and take away the future generation from standing under trees. It can build hospitals. It can build factories, ladies and gentlemen. You transfer from Ghana commercial bank account to moi. And you say you're staying home? The demonstration tomorrow goes beyond NDC. The demonstration tomorrow goes beyond MPP. The demonstration is not about political parties. It is about we being Ghanaians first. Abraham and Peninku for Catcher say, I could have been cow ya or read from Subibodi Yakasem. Was say, she was sitting on the top panel. Ninsusiabuno Sabra and Yamatia Pansam and Yamajinsam. In this case, you're joining demonstration because we are sitting them. All the promises that were made to the good people of this country, how many have been fulfilled? Every constituency, yes, $1 million. 6 years in government, have your constituency received $6 million. $1 million, yeah, 111 billion cities, 111 billion makunsinya. Do you know what it can do in that small community of your constituency? We are joining the demonstration because, ladies and gentlemen, Messi Okrumah and the Bank of Ghana, Becca today say, a year banks are Otu Darko, some 9 indigenous banks, including but not limited to Beige Bank, Heritage Bank, Unibank, GN Bank, and the other banks, including other major financial houses. Instead, say ombe kusi wom not my juma because Ghana mabunu ye juma wom no Bank of Ghana was so a regulator no wakata na ni ogu banks ni nyina. He did not care what these people will go and eat with their family. As if that was not enough, ladies and gentlemen. Bank of Ghana Manensi financial houses, so he went ahead and collapsed several other microfinances in this country. I am talking about the financial regulator, the apex and central bank of the country. Let's assume, without admitting, ladies and gentlemen, say Bank of Ghana position was the right thing to do. Let's even assume. Young fan say and they cannot also be true because bank like Heritage Bank, like I said some time back, no new bank, it was very young, so they had little or no bad debt at all. Why would you collapse it? Already say minimum capital requirement stood at 120 million Ghana cedis. Who pay jam from 120 million cedis? What they call 400 million Ghana cedis? Are the bank owners magicians? How do you expect so many scams? Let's even assume because of fiscal security, so many scams. There were some banks who were ready to raise the funds because you think they were allegedly close to political figures. Many good banks in India. And I'm going to say, these guys were mismanagers of the said fund. And Crofona, you didn't care about what they eat. Some Bank of Ghana Governor Radisson, the Bosumbia, which is to seek 1.3 billion every month. So, okay, so you guys think it's okay. Other committee members say, what board, so Mubakatia bafu ruminations ahodoɔ bebre on kram tofu how you determine your own rate of salaries and emolument and other remunerations. So you think Ghana for you went ahead, you collapsed these banks. You didn't care about what the workers of these very banks and other financial institutions and their families will eat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you should join the demonstration tomorrow. So Bank of Ghana will Google these banks. They needed only 9 billion Ghana cedis. So much now, Brani. According to Auditor General report, Bank of Ghana ended using 23 billion cedis. And with these banks, not the same financial regulator, no, and then we say, what 60.8 billion cedis. What do we do to them? You cannot stay home but join the demonstrations tomorrow. A lot of banks and financial entities. You find some about money can 9 billion. Would you find somebody 9 billion? It was about bank here, good banks, you know, and only 9 billion. And you one bank, several other banks, 9 billion. 9 billion T, you see a top one. 9 billion T, you see a major one. 9 billion T, you see a collapse one. And 9 billion T, you see some banks in India. Now, what about 60.8 billion? 919, 92, 18, 93, 21, 94, are you saying? 95, are you saying? 96, are you saying? How many of this 9 billion debate when you was 60.8 billion? Now, say a demonstration say the leadership of the Bank of Ghana failing and so they should be sacked. Who is more patriotic than this agenda that we are pushing in this country? Enough of say, you started demonstrations, then they tag you with political colors. Forget about them. They are detractors. Let's fight to make history together. In 1995, Abraham Danko Kufado, he took to the street with the likes of Haruna Saku. He took to the street with the likes of Kasupra Jr. He took to the street with the likes of Kwakubaku Jr. In 1995, Nanado Danko Kufado said, you see how the law of karma works. Many years later, ladies and gentlemen, the father of demonstrations in this country, Nana Akufo-Addo, is Ghana's president, and things are worse as compared to 1995. What do we do to such a person? It is about time, in our bid to consolidate our democratic credentials and gains, we will rise up to the occasions and unleash our vehement true protest for rights. Because the greatest right to have is our protest for right. As if that is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. COVID-19 funds are about 80 million. Basically, they cannot account for it. Sikana jira na niyami yani say sanka your maya town go sukran kwanya hwe wo man ye se ne hwe media minim se o hwe. Taking inspiration and solace from Asante for Kwame Nkrumah, it is Ghanaians that are poor. Ghana is not poor. And Ghana for na sabi, ye mudu do ne here for, as for mine Ghana there, onyo here ni. Because some mine gold ye dia, diamonds ye dia, bauxite ye dia, manganese ye dia, cocoa ye dia, rubber ye dia, timber ye dia, oil ye dia. So Ghana is not poor, it is Ghanaians that are poor. Who made us poor? The government of the day. It is how we end this in a broad demonstration. Might even because John Dramani Mahama is joining the demonstration, it is inconsequential to our progress tomorrow. Whether or not John Dramani Mahama joins us tomorrow, come and fight for your own destiny as youth. Because you belong to MPP or you belong to any political party, and for so it's counterproductive to our work tomorrow. But you are joining this demonstration, ladies and gentlemen, because together we are making history. So tomorrow goes down in history as one of the greatest moments in the history of our nation. Nananom, they fought with their blood. And today, we are enjoying the so-called democracy. It is our duty to fight so that the yet and unseen generation will also enjoy tomorrow. The yet say near Yanshu High near Dia, you bid your docunoka. Yes, you drew baby so Maya. Some young people, let's say. I should be the first to criticize that government when it goes wrong. Yes, you do, baby. Some young Disney. That's this one. I should be able to criticize my government first before any other political coloration joins. That is the means through which we can reach our full potential as a people. But I'm afraid Ghana has no future. I'm afraid Ghana has no future. Up until 2016. Ghana Kenya from 1957, if not before, 120, if not 122 billion Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, with a sad spectacle, I'm here to announce to you, some can say Ghana's total debt is close to 600 billion Ghana cedis. What Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, what he could not do, what Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah could not do, what K. Buzia could not do, what Hila Liman could not do, what Atta Mills could not do, what Kufuor could not do, what Mahama and all of them, the president who came from 57 to 2016 could not do in borrowing. It has taken one single government, ladies and gentlemen, in just 6 years to have borrowed triple, if not quadruple. Who is going to pay? Say a canwa omu judigu hono sabita frache sabia ko don tonana no manim nti sankana na no dan kwa kufado no owura bamyere na busuafo pe na etu anka Otu Darko meda, but almost abobe sia na me Otu Darko a ma etua e no yese me ne masefo na esa betua wo otichani no yese wo ne wasefo na betua wo osrani no pause ni no wo ton de e wo dwam ho no wo ensem training no wo ne sika no wo ton PK e wo kwan so no wo ton blockchains no yese sa kachitri dia o ma bugu ho no ye ne ya busuafo ne yesefo na betua, when they were the people to have contracted that very loans. Why don't you even want to join the when the Minister of Finance continuously engaged in conflict of interest and the laws of our country have turned a blind eye because Nana Akufo-Addo keeps on parking the courts, especially the apex court of our land. Nobody will save this country. It must take you and I. Mahatma Gandhi could have said better when he posited that we at the change we wish to see. See, Ghana, Papa, we are the changers. Nobody is coming from America to be the salvage point of our country. Nobody is coming from Europe to become the solution to our problem. Paul Kagame will not live in Rwanda to serve our country's challenges. You listening to me and me doing the talking, we are the change that we wish to see. And the reason why you cannot stay home tomorrow, demonstrators, organizers, natural 8 a.m. Forget 8 a.m. I had a match at 5:30. Yo, match at 5:30. Yes, up transport. I had a match at 5:30. Change whenever they even change the venue. Yo, you knew because you perceive go Akufo-Addo anima say and can't man ho. Name yo because you perceive trend na Akufo-Addo. Se Akufo-Addo failure. O ma mini nyina failure. Akufo-Addo din kunim a o ma mini nyina din kunim. Yo ho otina not because you perceive project NDC and kill any other political party and fire hope. Name your honor otina because you perceive MPP are strong because they formed the government of the day. Your honor otina not because Sabita Frache, you the NDC in the try of Fruma, and now say you perceive a dear binary tankrum, Debbie, your honor because a yatuo and Odibu Amino, a dean or the Cobosiano, a good DNS formula, they are appropriating it because it is us who own them. If sovereignty lies in the people, that's your man penny for Juma, that's what bottom factor. You don't sit aloof and keep quiet and see things go on half-heartedly. You rise up to the occasion, raise defensible mechanisms in making sure that you salvage the economic failures of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I am by this point and medium calling on all and sundry, calling on one and all. Wherever my voice can reach, I am calling on the thousands, if not your millions, that you join us tomorrow in the demonstrations as together we make history. We need to make that history tomorrow. We need to speak to the fate of our authorities. We need to make sure, say, the history books and the annals of history record our impact whilst we lived, so that the yet unborn generation will come and see our exploits, that they were great. That is the only way with which we can get to our promised land of hope. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, throughout history, the development that you have seen, the infrastructure that have gone on in higher democracies, the roads, the good healthcare, the quality of education, the sky trains, the erected, beautiful, glamorous, long-standing buildings and glasses, the recent day Dubai, that is today the #1 destination of all tourists, how Lin Kuan Yew did it in Singapore, how Abdurrahman Tunku did it in Malaysia, what Paul Kagame is doing in the land of Rwanda, inter alia. All the good things happen, necessarily not because the leaders wanted to offer or do it to the people, but they almost all of them almost happened because the people demanded the infrastructure and by extension demanded accountability. In wrapping up, join us tomorrow so that together we can demand accountability. Aluta continua, Victoria, etc. Midinda Otu Darko, voice for the voiceless and gatekeeper of the nation. See you tomorrow at the Occupy BOG demonstration. And who police are we are telling you, we are very peaceful people. But we are going to employ the realms of Flight Lieutenant John Rawlings. He believes in positive defiance. It's soldier from security matters internally. It's the job of the police. It is not your duty. Go back to the barracks. All soldiers, civilian soldiers, go back to the barracks. We want to deal with our police. They are our friends, our brothers. It's a demonstration. More sabasa. More bien qualita mental bien fantu for me in crasasem jasadiano obeta dia fasho botom. Demonstration will keep the country clean. But my police ni bien yana say he is going to cow us into submission. You cannot subvert the will of the people as it is a clear way of perverting justice. Stay on after the break.
Yes, agroni, mature sports for the matured minds. Hey, Jumedia Cassia, Basu Ctv, so say tennis, volleyball, basketball, ice hockey, Formula 1, boxing, athletics, any football ground on Bebacho, any Sambia Aka, say rumors, another transfer. The answer do a feed in the ever to Ctv, Dwabre, the mature sports. It's in Bedan, any penny for Kukudam, or Makwadari, our good Muslim, Ebet National Sense, so Semidin, Eddie John, and Otame, and a baby Jumedia Cassie, and what Chami. Ctv, Ghana's #1. Ctv Mature Sports
for the mature mind.
Mature Sports is proudly sponsored by Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic.
Fellow Ghanaians, you are Sudie Edayasupa.
There is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
And Penny for P and I be do me no me. Baby at Wasso. They are anything. I are Temi, I are Cassanchi, I am Bassa, and I soldier for and to into a bank. They did that. I am Yansa Qua Swa, I ever fast with Dinkomo. The year we want to trade and no bit my Bwamaya hot. I don't share me. RSM Kofido Lawson. I was Ctv Jumedia to the Ding. Beyond politics. Na young Tutonia Mayema or Mino and Queen. Beyond politics. Pressure down.
Springboard Communication Limited proudly presents the first ever thrilling and exciting technology reality show, the Digital Dynasty Contest. Are you ready to embark on a journey that will shape your future by engaging workshops, exploring tech labs, and participating in outdoor team building activities? Are you tech savvy and between the ages of 16 to 21 years? Then join the tech reality show where fun is translated to business. All you have to do is to pick up a form now at CTV and Class FM front decks and be part of this reality show. The digital contest is not just a competition, it is a reality series that will immerse you into the incredible world of technology. With each level, you will conquer new challenges, unlock hidden potentials, and push your boundaries to what you thought was impossible. Mouth-watering prizes await the winner and consolation prizes for the first and second runner-ups. So, be part of the show. Just pick up your form from CTV front decks or call 0202-973-461 for more information. The Digital Dynasty Contest reality show, your digital future, start right here. This program is powered by Springboard Communication Limited.
Se wo ofese dey na o ka anya utumi luzu bibia bi enu ti na Edu Motors ewo ho wo ka ya dada uni sika pudo ade beto foforo a ko Edu Motors ono be yen hyehyɛ ama o ka foforo Edu Motors inti truck ni taxi drivers bebre wo kroma omo ye car owners for drivers licenses 2 passport pictures and 2 guarantors omo ni wachi enko Edu Motors netu ya 10% of car na open bo why ye car owner wie ni aka no obetua no small Edu Motors dia ho to aba insurance no obetwa man free na se we engine no kra say a omo ba ko asem free to America koye head office e wo Kaso Widiba Road Barrier Junction baby awa na ho a me pato G number we ne frɛ je betche Edu Motors branch e be wo no akwaje wo car
0591 764586 Ana 0591 765840
Edu Motors, your light has come.
Ebusiafo, ya frame na najwa oba so no. Na mami busa o se etesen. Wan wariye mu so etesen.
Yes, I any Komoibio lawyer Emmanuel Kojo Mensa Abekami, so a member NDC communications team. You heard him say lawyer Andrew Apia Dankwa, private legal practitioner. Or some say a member movement for change. Obeka movement for change. Or cover by Alan Kojo Chamatin. So must start here Juma Gidi. Until is also free MPP no. Lawyer citizen today's a junior secretary. MGCPP.
Apia
we free MPP.
Radi Yagobo, asemo.
Enyo no pa. Obodoso. They say Solomon Wusu na metwen no.
Odoso wan shede obefi mu.
On dey maintaining ka.
Yeah, look at MPP egu obeni.
Oh, one is MPP egu. Enu ye there.
Na say prominent people like that almost
you no free NDC megu.
That be ngu but I'm saying
say
oh say your prominent microphobia almost type fifi mu a.
Flag bearer jeji. Kofa bayere. Ko form NDP. NDC be.
No, because who can't lawyer Apia could be efi that I mean it's quite serious.
The lawyer Apia Dankwa, a respectable person, but his pedigree in politics can it be compared to the party chairman Ubeda Samoa?
Oh, now say you are talking about who can
first lady who
can carry matter can history as them can
there history can SM.
Na history na you
want to say say party chairman mpo free NDC member and MPP ngu
sa na wo predict me madwin no senya wo adwen ni madwin me madwin mu no de me hwe say na yakoso na begu so that's what is happening me madwin mu de
na kere Japan me show down no boa o say one first topic e be di hu komo no, of course, you ever started with the Occupy BUG, but the other topic, Rebecca Wasem. Ora Kennedy, Japan say, on your gentle to say Alano, so they should not dare him. And I was saying strong one, Yama want to me say a small boy. Now, if want to me likes, he should dare him. He will be over president. Anyways,
Otu, good morning to you. Production team, Kwachimo, any viewers, Kakra. Adiachi.
Lawyer Andrea Pia Bani Akakendi.
Yo, Mate, Adiachi, yet in Como, Niakano, I will economy no dear, a beckham was some later on, but at least you who and there, between Abaha, Bobo, Mechia, we will Michia, Mimpesses for. Me person so for Trobo constituency for musho pa ti omo se mu chia no bia chairman da no friend chairman Abdul Aziz Ayi say also obo juma this time
Trobo me ni pa bi o Teddy Mauli
sa say me wo launch no communication me wo launch no crack say me amit me once oba launch the that means o deeper nti ye chia Trobo fo nyina me da wase say we be talking about Bank of Ghana occupation no yeah Trobo for there I think say ye ni abre AC Adwin Pose Ochinano will be going there to give maximum support to the program, no, because program no Minjin this NDC program individuals, any residents I would trouble and across the country and say umutim participate because the Butaya Tarichi, the purpose yakoyesa oyichre enya dia mi jidi se obia obdo Ghana or na dream a dog Ghana pano and I dig Ghana chino or beka say enye a good purpose say you will kromwa say for whatever reason in institution Bank of Ghana no enye commercial lender enye obia or no room so be profit and I say obey we otubi eye ejuma for a fee otubi boka to the tune of over 60 billion. You don't understand. Say papa say bonio but say na for that period no president or appointee no and to me I mean ejuma ben na Ghana ni betumi adia ma obi sempato hwe ejuma sumame na afi beba na sa afi over post to profit verified information auditing say waboka over 60 billion na still now what you yeah as NDC members as positive Ghanaians here per se proactive Ghanaians here per se making sure say sir Governor Addison governor of Bank of Ghana any two deputies in there na no to no crossing ni and say omotra because it's obvious say omo buy some bomb no. Why do I say that? Na no tunka usually no nipa da se ne wo hwe wabrabo mu na webu obra ye wo kromo a Ghana ha no crossem uko hospitals uko health centers uko clinics no too sometimes it's even difficult say ye benyampa di nipa to so ye wo kromo a je say enka ye hia infrastructure ye deficit in infrastructure so intinka previous government NDC government ye started that drive say ye be 200 schools ye say see clinics ye say see hospitals intinka oba say obeto so na niam akoye but what have you seen from 2017 President Nana Akufo-Addo take over any in this instance the Bank of Ghana governor for whatever reason say 2017 IMF conditions into went to me and fair no one shame print but from 2018 2019 IMF fee super and then all these things started where first of all or started 100 Ghana note 200 Ghana note supervise that process no look at 2021 2022 the amount Governor Addison a printing good system no more one say say ye be wiechire no oboka over 60.8 billion na American kra no ne atwa makoma ene say onwa in connivance with the Ministry of Finance to me are writing off about half of that debt say a bad debt want to me anko parliament anko inform what is your motive as a leader of an institution Ghana anka wo adwuma ne say we regulate the various banks the challenges out the local banks are now Ghana over 9 of them over 23 savings and loans companies unemployment bank you create this is a self-imposed problem as far as I'm concerned because who and I decided say the capital adequacy ratio you are increasing it from 120 to over 400 sort of $1 million and banks no just 12 months so mufenye say juma no and ekosi saying making over 10,000 jobs you lose one there's no clear evidence say what me replaces jobs no banks negu njuma say amanfo tunton brode omo ankana omo sheta ko adwuma omo tunton brode ni minicab no mo ye na ebedu baabi na ye ba be hu say if the Auditor General's report and bank would never have known say over 60.8 billion bank no eluso. I mean, from in the history of Ghana, sir, from Nkrumah Breso, there has never been this kind of weather except President Akufo-Addo Abreso. So every Ghanaian who cares about the country must actually show anger at and I'm very hungry. I'm very happy say me who reactions from the various communities are leaders of this demonstration Ghanaians are showing towards her filth media me friend failed because and to him ban say wa wo si wako school pa ko do baby a wo se odu o ma wa baby lady o ma na be ban say ebedu baby no che say me wo ya say utumi spend $2 million the to watch e de share Otu Darko. I didn't think I said banasa a man for nya bed in that hospital and then you spend this kind of money now you are able to in fact allocate over $250 million so you could see down and Ramikofa hold to and it's obscene as far as I'm concerned because head office war is this the priority that you need in 2020? Priority on here say there will be shocks earthquakes and to your building until you could see foforo. I don't have any issues about nipa over progress and as over development, but when it comes to issues as we are in, say umano ya boka over 600 your debt over 600 billion. Now who used to 250 million to go and build a head office? I don't paper now and how many hours do you spend in that building in the first place? Air conditions are I just don't even understand why we are in this. We are all angry. Ghanaians are angry. Trobofo are very, very, very angry about this situation. And I believe tomorrow, no Ghana for Governor Addison, any the 2 deputies there, or any even the board, as far as I'm concerned, say, sir, leadership here, young to me and Fenko in they should abandon the role. In fact, they should leave the role so that President Akufo-Addo or no over the men. I believe tomorrow is going to be very historic. Ghanaians, and I encourage everybody from the north to south, say we are going to go there, we are going to support, we are going to make sure say the logistics support
there are people who fear Sebi. Aya ebi mu dream say ya amanyosem. So for instance, Otu Darko is training or a broadcaster, and why should he rally supporters? Maybe I'm sure say me smart. Okay, he rally supporters and pocket of some few other journalists. You bookish journalists. Any man we feel it. We are practical journalists. We are not academically oriented journalists. Classroom what is present in our country. But somebody will be home and say we are doing politics. At the end, you catch a microphone and moment who say, "Oh Queen, and yen this crack." Or Queen, it's not because we want to make one party right and make out of foolishness the other, but based on A, B, C, D. This is a national court duty, especially when history is to be made.
Absolutely. Sometimes, in my rounds, I share and the question I may be very simple and say, Trobo Mikoko Amito. I'm not make say the price was 3 cities as is here could do 9 cities, So Baba Toko na Coco Rano besides say we are in this city and I say we are in PP.
Oh, that will be so.
Oh, sir, Ujidi.
No, Mr.
Well, go from 16 cities to about 16 cities. Oh, Kakota,
yes, send this land and send people.
Ah, yeah, now okay. Now, even if yes, sir, and this I think, sir, you see, for people who think like that, I don't know how to describe them because then it means, say, either they are in denial or let me use the word crudely, they are ignorant because say wuti kromo na enema ekoyia wutumi ene de begina okasa enema ekoyie but say wuti kromo so na enema no kobone na wo say because of some sort of sentiment tribal and I say they are politically inti enunti won kan okre na then no to clearly no I don't know the kind of country you live in and I say you want kasa the kind of principles how they govern your life because abrabomuno yes we appreciate things will go well things will go bad. In this instance, no Ghanaian can sit somewhere and say, Lucrasim in the Chroma, a koye, in any way, shape, or form. Even MPP for Nukrano, Bebrenano, they come and see you and they want 10 cities, they want 20 cities. In 2% of time, say, because of Omo party, bonity, and maybe some 10 cities, 20 cities, I believe, say, every Ghanaian who is well meaning opposite Ghana control by this time there SSA otumi gina ho no who say senior amamodu kono enya ade papa your debts kosro inflation kosro cost of living kosro just say aye ama krono ahu chire pa na abaho. Yes, we thank God say some of us we are able to maneuver around. All what it means is we manage things kakraba. I'm telling you, for the majority of the country, everybody is going to the challenge, is going through challenges, and when that happens, who are say we then you have a problem. Now to share at semi haji you kromwa unim say president Akufo any na ban we dey mame diverting call kakra or see obesi hospitals baku 111. As I speak to you in 2023, yewo October, October asiye. No crossing me hospital bakukra untumi complete
52% at various stages of
52%. Inti wa na no to shasema woka. Na wama deadline, wama timeline say obewie these hospitals within 18 months. So untumi we have you seen the president come and actually communicate to the Ghanaians and say, oh, na man share and I say mentumi be target inti matua sign matua ko echire kakra na bibisa. I haven't seen that communication. In fact, the president is in a way say udi obe won say so ochina oyichire bebe president no ni krom ha. Sa na beba unim. And when that happens, you just say you anger and cry a bit more. And this demonstration I called last week said no is anything to go by. President Akufo so who said the youth in this country are tired and they are fed up.
Yeah, sure. They way demonstrations here and there. We've joined me like this. I mean, because me school, my assistant registrar friend. I say he will remember me as a rebel leader in Lagos.
And you are still a rebel leader, and you're back.
I'm say to the end that it benefited the school. It's fine, and yesterday. But the point was that in our days, because a mature crata fee is school account in there. Because of some, I realized the leadership were in connivance with the SRC. So we this kind of a whole lot. It just it won't be here there, but it was all good. We say that activism is still there, and coming from the background of a demonstration experience from student days, what's the demonstration? What difference would it make with the arrival of personalities like former President John Mahama and Edika Ketia? How different would tomorrow's demonstration be from other demonstrations? Presence, impact be making, honestly.
Unim demonstration there are possible outcomes a bit in my view. One outcome they say objective audit two and him say for example in this case Governor Addison two deputies in the film they will do it. Two, because of petition this is an intellectual demonstration where a demonstration that comes with a petition. Some petition outcomes be any solutions be minority leaders paper so no there's a chance that they will look at it and reflect on their activities and I say and then thirdly nothing will happen. The third solution will be say nothing will happen. Now I believe Ochina demonstration is different because it is led by the people, the minority leaders in parliament. No less a personality than Kesel Atufortin, Dr. Kesel Atufortin, our minority leader. Now, no, why Niema Wombremo, and Onim clearly what needs to be achieved after this. And Onim said, with the level of pressure, Yedebetu, sir, demonstrations in we, it is likely to lead to an outcome. Either say President Akufo would make sure Obe reacted to it and deal with Sawi, and I say President Akufo Obe who say and then Amomono Ewie, and in this instance Dr. Baumia, who is the leader of the economic management team, what should the presidential ambition to be because clearly Ghana Phobe who say this government came under the pretext of say can't track Ghana for over 5-6 years. Nothing has happened, including the supervision of rot. Your main institution, my friend, Bank of Ghana. I believe, say, with the level of personality, Sebeba, Senya, omo form so beba me hwe community engagement in sukura senior sukura for any abre ache kojan say ochina ne yebeye no. I believe say we are going to have an outcome that the governor of the Bank of Ghana won't be surviving this protest. If President Akufo-Addo decides say obey ignore no, I believe make me na be catch us say be do baby a ono president kwa ka be kra obi ankasa no wo kroma biom, because at the end of the day you are not a serious leader, because when who rot we who react here Ghana for omo elective say bra na be hwe omo so no omo aye oyichire sa akire and you still going to be inactive and not reactor, then opening who as a president no so consider way otherwise then why were you elected? And it will affect not only him but his generations as well, because in the end ni baby anani na nabi be kasa about politics, and believe you me, Ghanaians will never forget that kind of behavior.
Let's discuss the roots. The police is insistent, even following a failed attempt to secure an interlocuting injunction.
No.
Women should say root in the M1 because you'll be endangering lives and properties. I think that the court has given you green light. But OSHA in the Public Order Act, I think Act 491, now OSHA in the right for protester, I've gotten the very provision or article. Let's say, suppose if for any demonstrators,
yes,
I want to see you effort or yet be one. Now, post if one who says, Sa or yet kono, Nin Susi Muno. Wakwenye bi se ebe sei enioma na enya ujini anenso susu boni wonipa so a wotimi sachire ne emum na entiasia mansa na ebia mo be kwase bibia ne no. The police still believes say sa route ne dia
na not ma me clarify that issue no. Police don't to me sachire ne emum. Police can suggest to you the protester and say, oh, ebia because of way anyway inti me feel say yenye no will be before from and no na ye omu a responsibility and a duty on betimi aye, but omu to me and sachra with their power or their force.
No with sachra no dem person me say na wa kan say ebia person ufa police betimi aka say na ufa no ebe hadwene inti en sachra ni say o memo akofa bi. Okay. And the provision gives them that authority.
No. O can say obey to me until I'm person me clarify.
Obey to me, that's the position.
Obey to me suggest. I just want to be very clear. Obey to me suggest. I don't say or suggest. Obey fact.
No, it won't family at the third.
Okay. So the positions are very clear.
Anyway,
the positions are very clear. The other public order act says notify them not less than 5 sort of days. Who notify them if they have a challenge, they will suggest it to you, and then if you don't accept challenge now, then clearly no ombeko court akoji injunction. In this instance, they tried very woefully and things didn't work out. Yes, we postponed it to the 3rd, and everything is on course for us to have this demonstration tomorrow. Now the issue is that primary responsibility is to ensure say providing protection. But Nana Otu, we've seen demonstrations after demonstrations after demonstrations. We are talking about a demonstration led by lawmakers. A demonstration led by lawmakers. In Tinkawu as an institution, no, you have to understand say where it comes with responsibility. Lawmaker no bambe organize demonstration, not demonstration no and bibi basa attitude
only assumption. The fact second February she bench say papa.
Into demonstration peaceful.
A lawmaker is leading necessarily does not mean it to
the only reason why the police would assume the only reason why that will happen is if the police are being used to do something different from what they are supposed to do, because everybody is presumed innocent. Every situation is presumed to be normal until
used for any purpose.
Now, in this case, if you have a situation where for the last few weeks, every demonstration, you have the police finding ways and means to either change things or make rules. It doesn't make sense. Say a Bank of Ghana area, a security zone. How many times do I pass there in a week and then in a month? I will catch them say security zone. When did the front of your friend say Flagstaff have ever done it? This police group of people, some of them, I can't say all of them. Honestly, I think say almost either it is the leadership of the Greater Accra region or it's the leadership of the police and they are complicit in such situation. The rules have been followed. The protest is peaceful. Make the assumption that it's going to be peaceful until you find evidence otherwise. Now they are
say, in as much as Team Saglem not for sale, you are joining demonstration, or there are other CSOs and pressure groups who are joining.
Okay.
You are joining not because NDC. But you are joining because you are way gem and you say
yes.
But as what you say, protocol say power is transient. That just say to me, and can you back concept?
Yes.
A free quadruple.
Yes.
You say NDC in a testle. Be honest, sir. Anna, the lead opposition, MP, or any other political party,
yes,
person will occupy the such a sensitive area. And don't say sensitive. Politics na ya funtia. Nanka baby ya cry sikadie. Sensitive. Baby o man penity dia. Sensitive. Ben DC power benti. Any sensitive. What is why Baba than sensitive. 18 no. I don't know we don't agree with the police. Ni enya someone you say mono no sabi. But be a sensitive areas. Sensitive areas. Why do we make political capital out of nothing?
The only thing I make catch was the share. At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, baby, the plan is to go and converge at and yes, because every day. Every young can say, sorry, the Bank of Ghana premises more and the it is the precincts of the Bank of Ghana and because we need an objective. You have a CEO who has been so incompetent. Oh, why is so incompetent? Say, what to me, Aboka, a Juma, and say, or commercial entity. What to me, Aboka over 60.8 billion. What to me, can't say CEO or competent. I don't think you say that. And the Bank of Ghana, amphibian, and about Ebetraho. Bank of Ghana has existed from Nkrumah time. Into why is it all of a sudden turned into a security zone? Opera, post office area, from time immemorial. Why is it that even the front of Bank of Ghana and then you are telling me all of a sudden it's become a security zone because a political party and proactive group say in maybe a cost or the rot we want to address it. So what you are telling me is that because of that me at the end of the day MP before you had no more demonstrations after demonstrations. Bottom line is that they were allowed to do it and they and nothing happened. Inti Nyameka only say Bank of Ghana never woke up one day in Ebetraho. We have never known that area to be a security zone or whatever it is they are describing it. Right now, the police should just do their role and manage and try and provide security for the period. I don't believe there's going to be any negative issues there tomorrow because they are peaceful people. Now to say only me violent, way. I am going to show the fact that I have an incompetent CEO of a bank, a governor of a bank who must resign because mejuma mejuma obi papa juma na amano no aboka 60.8 billion fan in trial senye because you are being biased, you are being tribalistic, and I say you are being political. I believe the man deserves to go, and the deputies, they deserve to go.
I heard a financial regulatory act, but Ansana, what we are doing now, in as much as say, may some interrogations, I'm using the medium to rally support ahead of tomorrow's demonstrations because I am joining. I am joining not because I want to make one political party white and make the other black. But I'm joining because I'm Ghanaian first. I'm joining not because I belong to any political coloration or not, or I'm apolitical. But I'm joining because I feel the heat of the moment economically. But China, you cannot stay home. I'm saying, Obra Sports, yes sir. 8 a.m. now, don't forget to say 8 a.m. 5:30. Now, also organizes 8 a.m. About 8 a.m. today. Ghana time, what 8 a.m. So if you'll be 58, what I say, what we draw bed 10, but not bed 12. 85:30, I had my team. Number occupy or brass spot one. ye betwe obi a mbeba ne ho ye betwe ho ye betwe obi a ye be adwuma otena ba ye bese aba demonstration no mesra ba bia adru no forget when people 7 when this 7 and phobia ho just forget to joma amane wakufa do na phobia ho nte me say ye demonstration because the challenges that have bedeviled our economic path, it's never happened in the history of our nation. In the end, now ye mofre bebe chinka se beba kwasempa bra sebi debi, we will challenge the status quo today. We will look through into the eyes of the corridors of power and we will speak through to them. It what tina tuntuma na kokko wo fita kura fabra yen so bi hu kwan ni atade but tuntuma na kokko se watade fa hu na bravo what I say kura Ghana flags so bia na ye nyina mo bia nhye ndisi atade ma ho empesa ne ma ne national agenda ne ye be hu so mo ndisi atade ko e be san aye that be catch o menya ndisi adwuma ne minority in parliament
no to the fact that minority in this program why would we do that why would we do that because let me be very clear about the objective let me be very clear about the objectives of we know Ghana ni bia officially say the cost of living across through in the last 6-7 years or no intina ye sa demonstration here Ghana ni bia obeji etumu say inflation this year is 40% and a little no ondo intina ye ichire Ghana ni bia only say the economy has been mismanaged your dollar rate this year and in 12 cities 11 cities 12 cities 13 cities no ondo na ye ichire amano corruption ekoso nipa ba ko nipa ba ku yetumi ko ni fie eko over $1 million ewo ho na ye wi a wakatre say ni brother wewu ni brother no amafo kire kra sikakra struggle with it. I have watched video of Kumasi residents around the man who are saying now because of they know how he was obia onim say Ghana says corruption index we keep going down and which now say we titru crown peace crown and Ghana enjoy no say peace no crown we are going global index no ye call from Emma yenuanum Ivory Coast for crown ababe ye peace index so I'm saying say this is not an NDC matter because when you go to the market and you are going to buy the fuel of about 60 cedis now they are not going to ask you whether we are NDC ni and I say we are MPP ni. This is about Ghana and Ghanaians must wake up tomorrow and show to Sir President Akufo-Addo the Bank of Ghana governor and say nyomo yano enye it shows incompetence gross incompetence and I mean can competence but gross incompetence and so they must be changed for us to have a better Ghana. And that's all
but obia obenya owura to force him bia Ura Buja, and any leader, part of the minority grouping in parliament. And I'm here crab in Frebo be among Kanchrom, arise Ghana for Saglim not for Syrian yet, Miss Remo. Abia Sergeant among fire, communicate to your following. If possible, Mamon shape political party at Adibia. Let's project a genuine course. You said John Mahama no NDC, Obianim. So NDC flag bearer and to NDC atade na abehye no ana bechere NDC yempese be NDC agenda minority in parliament yes they belong to NDC but they represent constituencies MPP for whom
absolutely
a political party floating voters whom say the beya international community ne be dia tum say Ghana adwuma ne ye no anka beya misramo refrain from wearing political colorations political paraphilias brofukesi
paraphilia
forget you broni just say mamu fabi bia sama na ka ya hofade no nye Ghana it is a John Dramani Mahama Crane leader it doesn't matter he's a Ghanaian or a former leader Sebi with 54 billion Ghana cedis yenim dia John Dramani Mahama
yes
yenim so see University of Ghana Medical Hospital Rich Hospital si onom Terminal 3 yenim yo universities aka ode niwura omusiwo University of Health and Allied Sciences UHAS ana feho I mean send me nyina yi blocks ni ade etinyo bi na obeka kire Otu Darko adwuma John Mahama aye forget it say John Mahama bon Ghana ni no so adwuma Ghana ni no
of course
eti enya tade na obehye na bekire bibi mesremo ebe to NDC intade bibre be sia kufi I'm telling you mamu se send this atade bia mum se mesremo we NDC ni mum se Ghana ho fade we share Ghana for the
no to no cross him the share
my is some share this atade
be pacho no atade aye share any kojan tutum anakojan
Ghana
tutum anakojan now me name about even Ghana minim say kojan any tutum because at the end of the day ye wo ahokyere mu e wo awrehomu because president Akufo-Addo promise heaven and as say ehu hell enti enye bibia
the point that na person me put you across they say if possible so mo refia and mo madwuma omo communicate because me sure say this for so baba pa omo communicate across all the constituency executives say if possible kojan and whatever no mo share they should refrain from political
opening say intina this time demonstration I open say Ghana 40 as you know you go into the communities and try and explain to them no monti as who the reason why could because say one Ghana near who say because of corruption because of peace from because of high inflation any high cost of living or no who say this is what the purpose of it or the other can say politics intina ye communities engage omo catch omo why we are doing this no baswa a peaceful demonstration but make sure say obeshe Saturday we've been doing it it's going across yakodima ako sukura any those areas to make them aware those that are likely say omo be violate side and your communities engage omo nti omo nim what we are going to do yes say atare koko atare tuntum na yetumi a kire bibi to president Akufo-Addo in the Bank of Ghana governor say these things will not wash nti omo bomodin ominfu na for the 14 months aka no president Akufo-Addo show bi number manage till NDC beba power na nyame adom senior under our regime yamboka Bank of Ghana dano
is it a Financial Management Regulatory Act? I forgotten that very but act naturally say Bank of Ghana betimi aboa ban bi oteso sika semutwem nemum o say sika pudu a enyaye e wo yade ton mu me aye frɛ no revenue
yes
and I the embassy yade che Bank of Ghana oteso pese oboa ban bia wo sika twem a wontimi ntwa mmro wo hanji chemu num fa sika enyaye afie twem so the law says that Bank of Ghana is refrained from printing monies beyond 5%
of the previous year's revenue.
Previous year's
revenue.
Accrued revenue.
Yes.
I think previous year has 70 something billion or so.
Yes.
Yes. 70 something, 5%. Say 100 billion, 5% is 5 billion. It is 77 billion. Bank of Ghana bet my printing and say 70. I beg your pardon, 3 billion. And I ever say 4 billion. But Yeshua, yes, Bank of Ghana printed over 70 billion.
So 2021 and 2022.
So instead of Abianca 5 or 6 billion, we printed over 70 billion. Lawyer, Marano position or dear in the Betimiaka. Now, Bank of Ghana and penny for no. Marano said them for me.
Nano to Lucrasim do discussions on these topics are Nuna Emma me who say Ghana ha either say you fail in our leadership and I say you take your responsibility seriously because say embre ewo ho na embre no I am very clear embrano I am very clear say as a governor as an institution because of the Public Financial Management Act in Inti, and a Bank of Ghana Responsibility Act, no, Bomodina and no, making sure say printing more than 5%, 5% of Sika of the previous year's revenue, and ma abembia and support no. Now, Ekobane say, almost say even when you get there. Fiscal Responsibility Act and say ekudu hona now you are going to go beyond this 5% and say umia weni na uko parliament call report to more parliament because parliament no and representing Ghana for dodo na no na say ekobane say you have a situation where Bank of Ghana governor ye wonu sisia enu nti ye yo yichire ochren what decided say media mebu samran so in 2021 and 2022 meaning na under the pretext say oh we are in some sort of crisis we enunti wankoji we na I'm even shocked say President Akufo-Addo as I speak to you today has not sacked this governor of Bank of Ghana, because the president and the chief enforcer of rules and regulations. Then I think our president has failed in his leadership bid completely, and Obeko history as the one that has actually let this country down, because opening
leadership style.
Opening, Yeniha and a President Akufo-Addo. Oh yeah, big deal about this fiscal responsibility sort of actor. You call Parliament, you call Parsi, say on one by Obe making sure say 5% threshold. Omumbuso. Inti Ekobane saying, and after all this hula balui, you would have a situation where in 1 year in 2023, 2021, the governor printed over 38 billion, and then in the following year, 2022, printed over 40 billion. I didn't think I said, you, the chief enforcer of the rules, it is because either say you are absolutely corrupt, and I said because it's in your favor, and it is only that thinking. And President Akufo-Addo also supervises printing of money, and we minority in the NDC, we made a lot of noise about it. Because we are talking too much, and that is the kind of government we have. Say a do baby and fan who say obebu running in us. Or clear an individual say challenge bar, and then you have a situation where I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the audit report I buy, there's no way even this will be an issue. It is because of the audit report I buy and rotting in ABPA. And if you're a president, if you are the leader of economic management team, you should not come and even talk. President
okay, baby, for exchange rate. Me call school no economics 101 in administration. Let me say you have two major kinds of policies in economics: fiscal policy, monetary policy.
Yes.
Largely, the finance minister is in charge of the fiscal policy. And the Bank of Ghana, governor and the leadership are in charge of the monetary policy, which include making sure say our exchange rate is appreciated to as it were help progress
manageable, yes,
to manage your local currency. In 2016, and why people should join the demonstrations. More beer and fat na come join the demonstration. Yeah, the idea join the demonstration.
Of course.
Because all the committee we are will be full because ABR sebi o join them and you also no. In 2016, the exchange rate near 4 cedis to $1, if not 3 cedis, 90 pesos to $1. Because the exchange rate close to 12 cedis to $1. Monetary policy, is the Bank of Ghana.
Of course, it is the Bank of Ghana. Yes.
2, Bank of Ghana a lot of banks, Ghanaian banks, because almost said some 9 billion be. That 9 billion no need to be cushion banks no. They misapplied or misappropriated funds. A good near there. It meant to receive minimum capital requirement.
No.
It is a good banks because normal bond to a tune of 9 billion. We are not then because what about 60.8 billion. These are issues that we are raising.
And also, where in your issue, what abonting from you and I say, Minia was Sukura, and I mean your wolf and call, and Asofa, and also trouble constituency. Where your issue are real, because you are talking about a situation where there was a scenario and we hear noise about it so much. Now the dollar rate was about 3.8 Ghana cedis to that dollar. We hear they can say incompetent John Mahama, Emma, for whatever reason, Ghana bought into lies. Yeah, now pedally. Then you come and Uba Bayewe, Uba and also
lies. Because Kufo time, no fun saying.
What did they?
Nay, 1 cedi, 20 pesos to $1. Mebwa. Anna Tamel's time, about 2 cedis to $1. Hold on. Anna John Mahama time, about 4 cedis to $1.
Okay.
it's obvious someone amu opposition can make us incompetent. You know, I don't think say they should be bastardized for speaking the truth.
No.
What pay are there free? Mahama paying from 2 cedis to $1. No, they are 4 cedis to $1. 100% increment. Men can want some.
Me pacho.
Because John Mahama.
Me pacho. I have never said say my man can.
And indeed,
Ghana folk can want them. I'm saying say they bought into those lies because they did there. Dr. Baumia especially in the economic lectures or the chair say. Just because the foundations of the economy no at the Japan Saminti and exchange rate ewo satri $80 pesos into your bad there obey to me I juma emas dollar rate I so stable say chroma ebe heaven sa ena Dr. Baumia sisia or see your person than the president that is what ochire ewo abontin and then you come and take over you move it from that $80 pesos to now 12 cities in fact 2022 hobe be need ekoya could do 14 15 cities aden and then having done this you come back and you say oh FED will principle say if the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will respond you say no oh say if the fundamentals are weak it doesn't necessarily mean say if the exchange rate is high it doesn't necessarily mean say the fundamentals are weak. What kind of human being are you? In one breath ubeka asem principle now in the other breath ubeka a different principle. It tells you that either the man is grossly incompetent and I say two washeda ehugana for say omunye nkrofo chese omukai asem ana the lectures no ye no and I say the first can say ono obakra na in fact friends the dollar rate no obechi to key no e dey akoma IGP. Ghanaians remember all these things. Now they are trying na say before your mistake no kofa Dr. Baumia will play all these videos to him and then he needs to justify say see I know there why no who say the who see or the no hide the on economy asem digital asem so fire and also weja. We are making sure say before your mistake no mufa Dr. Baumia. I'm telling you say the kind of things that will bring out Dr. Baumia through his lectures 171 questions in his anime we will come and then we make sure we hold him accountable to that. Nagana for how incompetent and grossly incompetent or no Dr. Baumia is, including the boss President Akufo-Addo. I think say you do baby Ghana for we have to put partisan matters aside and look at the real economy. This Bank of Ghana demonstration is about the cost of living. 3 cities. It has turned into 9 cities. It is about high inflation. Inflation, na enka ewo 14 area house say be do 40 and in Bri
na 15.4 26
would be say 40
anya would there na 15.4 men say mo there no so
me ka say na around 40
around 15.4%.
say no economy over 40% and na me ka say hwe economy no ya teacher pansama ma dollar even though say a stable kakra no e be do your friend say 12 cities aden na say odwadini kwa akoto eduane na 1 minute obekono na e bia 9 cities 10 cities na ekodo 20 cities. Do you know the difference in that? Hwe unim ye bro hwe you cross be bre in all of this
like,
somebody is spending 250 million.
People are suffering
250 billion so you could sit down at them abo a condition one ho akase or no oti modern way na say Africa say omope central bank location be an conference be na abaha. It doesn't even make sense. Hospitals say anka nipa benya ahoto kakra wo hospital no entumi nkoso 2023 me no ka say almost 50% various stages of completion. It doesn't make sense. And then this paper be sure Kolebu almost started sana secret no almost started charging a friend say dialysis new fees on bedbe to just say yes sir we are going through a lot of hardship. I'm telling you to apart from ET Mensa and no you see when we were but I'm telling you in my constituency there were over 4 or 5 deaths and ra I didn't think I said banasa. Why are people dying left, right, and center? No. I know of a 45-year-old. You have this argument is significantly punching below weight. No, I'm saying Otu, I have never. I am just giving you
some arguments.
I'm just making you aware. Say our hospitals are struggling with even basic equipment. Basic way. The only reason why those places are a bit safer is because of the fact say your friend is saying ukohwa basic amenities roads hospital ni sanya no ekohie asa why can't we have that in Ghana? President Akufo-Addo, and for the last 6-7 years, Obe promising heaven, better roads, Accra will be the cleanest city, dollar rate will stabilize, you know, there will be no corruption. And I'm saying to you, say those things are the reasons why your hospitals need to be seen. Unim say want to be seen. Jina simpeso and kase in the middle of our crisis, COVID crisis, ube see about 101 hospitals. Now want to be seen bako. Yeah, example, you show leadership and build 2, 3, 4. Now say argue about it. I can say President Akufo-Addo is 2, 3, 4. From the beginning to end, schools are CB, and hospitals are obre. Until what kind of government are you?
Hospitals also 52%.
Oh, okay. What's your COC? Dabeni ochina. Nyanza mukano. What's dabeni ochina? Iti dabeni ochina asem na okay. Sende ewiasimu endia. What's ibako? You haven't. You are hoping say by 2024 no ACB. That is where we are at now. The reality is that President Akufo-Addo has not built a hospital. Laba before hospital pretty and say would ye kakra kopi ta obenye bi ama we bubu hospital no ma laba before say omuni hospital chi so mako tashi ananungwa.
Dan na me twa musa ma bubu trade fair.
Na sesi anu dia ebubu on dia say president dia on dia oya dia wo because he wants to show say oye bibi. I believe and then you go and be commissioning and Niama, excuse me to say, when you say, you could see housing is good, but President Akufo-Addo must prioritize and get us the basic amenities we need.
That's why Saglemi not for sale. Yeah, because you hear $100 million.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
And yet, if we don't have $100 million, I be Saglemi near Ghana for you $250 million. Bank of Ghana.
It doesn't make sense. Ghana need be proactive. Corruption, cost of living, mismanaged economy, corruption, any peace coming down, security coming down. Nini nano, ombra, nombe ye ishrebi, yepe koko, anase tuntum to make sure we ensure Ghana progresses. Ghana, and a number one. That's what we want to do.
Lawyer Emmanuel Kojo Mensa, or a member Emma NDC, former parliamentary aspirant Trobu. Onu dem say or a Trobu spokesperson. So, yeah, an ambassador of Trobu platform be so projected Trobu for most of because he sells you and it's good. It's good. Michated Maoli and the executives of Trobu. Now, main country Ghana for set we are all joining the demonstrations. Menoka say what you don't know. Then say policy rate is standing at 30%, the highest in history. Now, say now interbank average interest rate on loans is standing at 31.78% as at the end of August 2023.
I know the Bank of Ghana rate, the commercial rate in
yes. No, this is not Bank of Ghana. This is the commercial rate. So Bank of Ghana near 30. And you know the point, and they say, I think in 2016 it was below 20%. You see in China, inflation rate 2016 was 15.4%, and inflation about 41%. You see in China, debt to GDP, 54% in John Dramani Mohammed's time. Say ye GSC can you never near the Hanchi Chemu Aduno 9 and a Bakut Yaka your mind and I may say Ghana is carrying in area ye do Hanchi Chemu bro at your crown because the debt to GDP is over 90%. Exchange rate in 2016 stood at 3 cities 90 pesos to a dollar or 4 cities to a dollar. And the Menoka say under the ill supervision of the leadership of Bank of Ghana, the exchange rate is standing at close to 12 cities to a dollar. During John, I beg your pardon, at Tameo's time, a year Ura, or year president, then candidate Akufo-Addo, Eko Pijado Kuno said Okunwe 1 city, never wedding, and net the Kun say 50 pesos because Onakako to be the same stage in Oka said Fango never wedding, or Baba Titi Fango, so say ne Fango Yatoso, Ona Utobi. Ubizi dollar, I can say Ubizi Kasaka say, a year Tameo's time, 2 cities to a dollar. No one Quebecas who me paucho he will pack back and package. Nankoko owura no ka say 2 cedis to $1 abominable no under his leadership enye 2 cedis biem enye 3 cedis enye 4 cedis enye 5 enye 6 enye 7 enye 8 enye 9 enye 10 cedis enye 11 cedis to 12 cedis per $1. Ladies and gentlemen, say yehwe we nyina na yehwe the youth unemployment, how constantly we grow by the day. Na mabunu me maame no ton jebidie sabre papa adwuma say jebidie no na maame ene me papa boa ya anene Otu Darko TV so eti se maame ton jebidie na me wie me call Lagos no ma anya adwuma anya, and there are several people a maame matete o mawre mu so ma wie school ene omgusu didi o maame jade. The point is this: se wunti wo how bia, don't join this demonstration, but the yena yeti wo how mu se Ghana for no. We will join these demonstrations, and I know that angels will even join us tomorrow. Meeting the Nana Otu Darko, we share our Brassport of China 5:30 a.m. Forget 8 a.m. No 5:30. You share near champion for. Stay on. Gangan toilet or Henwa Casabwahin. Ever try say, but so sorry, sir. Yevra iti mensa. Akenchinegu yama Nabusia for Yako. I feel so. Oman Peninku for Nabusia for Mamu Yako. After the break.